Yeah, you two trying to do me, man. Okay. So, um, where I want to start. Where I want to start. I really ain't got no notes, really. I just want to break things down and do my services of edifying the body. Um, we always hear that saying, too much is given, much is required. So, we are now in the season where power got everything unlocked. And where I want to dabble into is a son of man. Once again, just picking this one out. I'm picking this one out to show as understanding is increased, I'm always open. I'm always willing to say that I was wrong. And I always want to be open for correction. And right now, my teacher is correcting me, who is the Father, and my mother, who is the Ruach. Okay? So being taught by your parents is such a beautiful thing. I don't know why my Facebook got to be messed with, just like my YouTube. What am I doing? Well, I don't get these funny activities that the wicked loves to do on my channel. You know? Let's start at 7. Matthew 12:7. Where I want to start? Chapter 12. Let's start at chapter 12, right? Let's start at chapter 12. Yeah, let's just read this thing on down. Okay. And we're going to let our parents guide our spirit, knowledge and wisdom, calling on their assistance, calling for their assistance through this lesson. Okay. So let's get it. 12 and 1. Matthew 12 and 1 on down. At that time, Yahushua went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered and began to pluck their ears of corn and to eat. Okay. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do not that which is lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 35, and let's see what that is. Deuteronomy 23 and 25. And it reads, When thou comest into standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thy hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbor's standing corn. Okay, let's go to 24. Let's go up. And it reads, when thou, starting at 21, when thou shalt vow a vow unto the maker of thy power, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the maker of thy power will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. And it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow it, shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips, thou shalt keep and perform. As is saying, being a man of your word. Even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the maker of thy power, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes thy fill at thy own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel. When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thy hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbor's standing corn. He's addressing both the houses. Okay? And in this right here, speaking of on the Sabbath day, what is required. Let's go back to Matthew 12, and what was they doing? That the Pharisees. Let's get it. Okay. It says, but when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was hungered, and they that were with him? Okay, let's go to 1 Samuel. 21 and 6. I'm going to start at 5. And David answered the priest and said unto him, of a truth, women have been kept from us about these 3 days, since I came out, and the vessels of the young man are holy, and the bread is in a manner is a manner common. Yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel, so the priest gave him hallowed bread, for there was no bread there, there was no bread there, but the showbread that was taken from before the Lord to put hot bread in the day when it was taken away. Okay. Now a certain man of the service of the servants of Saul was there that day, detained before the Lord, and his name was Doeg, an Edomite, Doeg, an Edomite, the chiefest of the herdmen that belonged to Saul. Okay, so this is all talking about how you go about the Sabbath. Now, the Sabbath, we tend to believe that it's on Saturday. You do no work, right? We do no work. You invest in your time in the Father and things of that nature. And all this is true, but we are not aware and acknowledging the time right now that we are in. You see, we had to fight to get our Sabbath back. What do I mean by that? You have to fight to get your Sabbath back. Sabbath, like we know already, is supposed to contain a peace, uninterrupted peace. Your undivided attention is towards the Father and your mother, your heavenly parents. That's what the Sabbath is supposed to be. But you see, we do not live in those conditions. So this is what the Pharisees were seeing. This is what they were saying when they seen the disciples moving in a certain way, moving according to how they master, the Messiah, is telling them to move. Because this is not your place to rest. Let's go. Let's go back to 12. Matthew 12, okay? How he entered into the house of God and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priest. So I just told you right there, David did something that's unlawful. You only think he did that one sin, huh? That David only committed that one sin. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? Numbers 28. So you go back into the word, right? And we're going to get back on what I was talking about as far as war and how you got to fight for your peace. You got to fight for your Sabbath. You got to fight. You got to fight. All this is practice. Practice? Practice. All this is practice. All of this is practice. Every day you're fighting yourself to spend time with the Father. What I mean, you fighting yourself. You fighting your flesh to spend time with the Father. Okay? So Numbers 28:9. Slack your hold on. It's good stuff. Okay. Back at it. 28:9. Numbers 28:9. Okay. Numbers 28:9. Spiritual matters. Tap into your spiritual. This is what we want to do. This is the only way out. Is that you tap into your spiritual. Okay. It says right here, on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the beginning of your months, ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Maker, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot. Okay. Spiritual. The spiritual. We're going to get into the spiritual matter of things. This is precept 21:9. That's where they take you, right? So we're going back to Matthew 12. Now we in verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meant, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemn the guiltless. Okay. Hosea 6:6. For I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. You see? So we got man's word and man's precept against God's. So the Messiah says, I would have mercy and not sacrifice, ye should, if ye would not have condemned the guiltless. But if ye had known what this minute, I would have mercy and not sacrifice. I just went to Hosea 6:6. What is he asking for? For I desired mercy and not sacrifice, in the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. But they, like men, have transgressed the covenant. There have they dealt treacherously against me. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and is polluted with blood. And as troops troops of robbers wait for a man, so the company of priests murdered in the way by consent, for they commit lawlessness. I have seen an horrible thing in the house of Israel. There is the whoredom of Ephraim. Israel is defiled. Okay. Also, Judah, he had set in harvest for thee when I return the captivity of my people. Psalms 126:1. What does that mean? Judah has set in harvest for thee. Psalms 126. Should have both my Bibles on deck. When the Maker turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dreamed. Acts 12:9. Acts 12:9. We were like them that dreamed. What does Acts say? Acts 12:9. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. Right? And so he did. And he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee and follow me. Cast about thy garment about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and waste not that it was true, which was done by the angel. but thought he saw a vision. What was the vision again? 126 and 1. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Maker have done great things for them. So let's go back, right? When they were past the first and second ward, they came unto the iron gate that led it unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. So Acts 16 and 26. See what that says. (16 and 26). Just doing a little here, there, here a little, there a little, y'all. 16 and 26. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all doors were open, and everyone's bands were loose. And the keeper of the prison, awaking out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. And the keeper of the prison, awakening out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. Y'all see what's going on here? Once again, we're dealing with spiritual matter. So let me go back to 12 and 8. And then we're going to get the gist of it all. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. This is what we are preparing for the Maker. Joseph is the one that has been down here being afflicted with us. Okay? His spirit is being afflicted. The spirit that you think you got is the spirit of Joseph, is the spirit of the Father. That's why I say the Father lives in you. Okay? So let me just say the Father, or the one that is playing, who the Bible will call Jehovah. So the spirit of the Jehovah is in you. That's why it says in Amos 6 and 6 that he is still being afflicted. Okay. So why is the Son of Man the Lord even on the Sabbath day? Because when he returns, right, this flesh is being offered unto him by your flesh burning away, being baptized by fire. That's an offering to the Lord. Okay. That's an offering. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. He offers up. That's why I said if you knew the meaning of it, if you knew who was residing in you, if you did not reject the foundation stone, then you would know the meaning of this. You would know the meaning of this. The prisoner. Let's go back to Acts 16. In 26. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison, the foundations of the prison, just as prison, you're in prison, your flesh is prison, your mortal body is prison. Okay. So that the foundations of prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were open. This is how you know when he's going to pull up. Ezra chapter 16, verse 70 on down. Then they will know who my chosen are. When these doors of the prison open up, okay, this gotta go, y'all. Fear not, he says. You can't fear what the necessary protocols for him to perform the miracle of defeating flesh, putting off mortal and put it on immortality. Okay, what I say, this is the ultimate Sabbath. Now we can have Sabbath. Now we can have Sabbath. And let's go back to the title of the Son of Man. When I say even the Son of Man, like I said, this is what I was wrong about. Because I remember on one of my lives before, I was saying the Son of Man was the false prophet. That's what I was believing. All right. That's what I was to my studies, where I went in error and I wasn't correct. I was wrong. Okay. So the Spirit had to correct me. The Son of Man, his title was that because he was born, he came through, or he's the son of Jacob. Jacob was a man. And they don't say son of man with E, son of man with an A. So it's talking about a peculiar man. You get it? It's talking about an individual Man, son of man, not son of men, son of man with an A, not an E. We've been bamboozled, y'all. The word is now known. Okay? Heaven and earth shall pass, but my word shall stand. But my words shall stand. What am I talking about? What about this sacrifice? About the Sabbath? Well, let's link it all up together. Let's link it up. So I previously went over this in Hebrews, where he says this. And the angels, and of the angels, he said, who? This is Hebrews chapter 1, verse 7. Okay? And of the angels, he said, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. But unto the Son, he said, thy throne, O power, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. So let's go more into his teachings, continuing in the book of Matthew. Let's go into his teachings. You got to know right here that when Yahweh Shah was speaking like this, he wasn't talking of himself. And Yahweh Shah said unto him, so let's start at 18. This is chapter 8, verse 18. Now when Yahweh Shai saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I follow thee wherever so thou goest. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have nowhere to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Maker, O Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. So, wait a minute. Let's get 8 and 10. 8 and 10. Matthew 8 and 10. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Yahushua said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. See, the children, this generation, the latter days, the latter days, you say, what happened to the children of this land, children of the kingdom. We know what happened in those times. Some do. I wouldn't say all do. Some know what happened in those times. Uh, 13. 13. And he really goes in on it. All right. He really goes in on it. 36. I'm going to start at 35. Matthew 13 and 35 on down. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that showeth the good seed is the Son of Man. See? That good seed. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Okay. So Genesis 3 and 13, let's see what that say. See what answer we get with that. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is that? What is this that had thou would? And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Okay, so we're talking about the wicked one, of course, the adversary. And the maker power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, in the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Okay. And we already know where that goes. I hit on that plenty of times before. Matter of fact, show you the precept. Do this in Exodus. Oh, why he's always talking like this in this manner. Trying to find that precept. And he says in Exodus where he would always strive with the spirit of men. His spirit would not always strive with the spirit of man. That's precept in that. An enmity between thy seed, your seed, and his seed. Satan, what does Satan do? He upholds the spirit of man. Well, not the spirit of the flesh. Mark 16. By doing that, he's trying to get you to destroy your spirit. It's how men are subconsciously destroying their spirit, man. By dealing with the manners of flesh. – 16, 15. Oh my goodness. Give me the page 16. Mark 16:15. If I can get there, y'all. Mark 16, verse 15. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall be they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. Okay? This is not talking about the manners of flesh. Listen to the words that are being said. And these signs shall follow them that believe in my name. All right. Shall they cast out devils? They shall speak with new tongues. With new tongues. Nobody's speaking with no new tongues and to be able to cast out devils. So anybody that's trying to perform this act, they are a lie. Okay, you can't cast out devils in the flesh. That's why I said before in 16, it says, he that believeth and is baptized. Baptized by what? By the fire. Okay? By the fire of the Father. Okay? By the mother, the phoenix. Rebirth, new life. With new life, you will speak with new tongue. Okay? So, what do Matthew say? And he said to the angels, and will make it the angels, his spirit, and his ministers, a flame of fire. Okay? That's how you cast out devils. We got to get out of this religion mindset. That's what's hindering us from the glory of the Father coming. Okay? And he's supposed to shine through you. See. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. You see? This is the 1,000-year reign, is what he's speaking of right here. These acts. You can't do these. You can't perform these acts right now. So anybody that's trying to perform these acts is false. It's false. It's false. It's going against the word of power. It's going against the word of power. Period. It's false. Do not believe it. Do not believe it. That's not what the almighty power is saying. That's precept. Okay, starting from Matthew 13, verse 38. Really starting with 37. He answered and said unto them, he that showeth the good seed is the Son of Man. Right? The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy. Okay? The enemy that showed, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. You see? The harvest is the end of the world. And the reapers are the angels. Hello, Moto. And the reapers are the angels. You see? As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. In the end of this world, tares are gathered and burned in the fire. So shall it be in the end of this world. And the Son of Man shall send forth his angels. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offended, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. See? Who had ears to hear, let them hear. You see? Daniel 12:3. Let's go.
Hello, Moto.
Daniel 12:3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Okay. First Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and 42. Man, let me get another book right quick. First Corinthians 15 and 42. Okay. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption. It is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. You see? That's what it says. Blessed is he who waits on the Lord. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. This is what we are doing right now. Okay? And it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. You see? Who was the last Adam? Who was Adam? Michael the Messiah. The angel, the spirit. The Messiah was a spirit. Okay? He is the example. The Messiah is the example. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural. And afterward, that which is spiritual, the first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven. You see? So Adam, Michael, seal portion tells you that Adam is Michael. Michael is the Messiah, the second Adam, the great prince, as is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy, and as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Now, this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. You see? Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, as the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruptible or incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Okay. This is going to go in the sealed portion. Ooh, my body. It's going to go in the sealed portion. It is greater understanding. Okay? For this greater understanding. Sealed portion, chapter 31. Sealed portion, chapter 31. Where it's titled, The Rise of the Great Roman Empire in the Explanation of the Great Beast by John in Revelation. The Roman Empire is one beast, in the great European empire, okay, in the United States, are some of the other beasts described by John. The book of Revelation is expounded on extensively. And now it is convenient at this point in my abridgment that I introduce the next great nation that arose after the nation of the Greeks. And this great nation is that Roman Empire, even that the same nation that ruled most of the earth in the present day of my fathers on the other continent of the earth, even that continent out of which traveled my fathers. And about this present time, the Roman Empire shall be wounded exceedingly because of its great sins before the Lord, even so much that it shall be destroyed by a deadly wound, according to the words of John that are written in the Bible, which ye have already among you. But from its wounds, the rise of another great nation shall come to pass, and this nation shall be known as the great European Empire. And from the great empire, Satan shall make his final stand against the saints of God. Okay? Even before the Lord cometh again in his glory to claim that which had been placed in his power by the Father. For Satan shall cause to be established a powerful nation among the Gentiles that shall strike fear in all the other nations of the world. And with this great nation, okay, Satan shall begin to rule and reign over his own dominion without restrictions that were placed on him by the Father in the beginning. How many of us know that which what occurred in the beginning? In one of my books here, it says when Joseph was ruling in Egypt, there was no adversary. There was no evil adversary. There was no wickedness to be found. Okay? When he was governing the world, not just Egypt, the world. And now when you think of Egypt, Egypt spiritually is the world. Okay? The world is in bondage. Okay? We got to stop thinking small. This is on a whole nother level of spiritual warfare. So it says the Father in the beginning placed the restrictions on him where he couldn't entice, where he couldn't be talking in nobody's ear, telling them, there was no need for him to do that. Because it was a time of peace. Everybody was living off the word of the Father. That's how everybody is going to be living in peace and harmony, by living off the will of the Father. So, hold on. All right, y'all. I'm gonna come back. Part 2 of this. I'm gonna come right back and break this down thoroughly. Okay, I'll be back.